welcome to the A Random Hello 2024 to 2025 Teacher Planner Walkthrough video. I'm back from my 2-year hiatus with the rebrand and I'm ready to roll. As usual, my planner includes a double-sided front and back cover design. This is obviously the front cover, and there's a mirrored version for the back cover. Next, we have the general info page, which has space for you to write details about yourself and about your school for this school year. The planner files include the matching tab labels as well. The biggest change I made in the design is with the year map. Instead of putting the months and the lines separately, I've decided to put the months and the detail lines together in one place for ease of use. I also removed the contacts page since most of our contacts are virtual now. Next is the curriculum mapping section, which will look a little different from yours because yours will be split down the middle for each week separately versus every 2 weeks like mine is. I find this especially helpful if you've taught the class before so you can reference your timing from a previous year. Next is the accommodations page where you can mark the student's name, their class, and any notes, and I've split the notes block so that you have a little more space to write any details in. Your student's IEP and 504 records should be confidential, so make sure to keep this safe and out of view. The planner will include 2 accommodation pages and 2 communication log pages. I printed mine separately because I know that I'll need more space for accommodations. And you can always print more of whatever pages you need through the add-on files. For the communication log, I typically only use this for in-person meetings with parents. There's a space for the date, the student name, the class that they're in, and any notes you might take. Since the details from these meetings could be confidential as well, I like to use a post-it note to cover the names of the students that I have so that I can have this out during parent meetings and not worry about any confidentiality issues. Next is the teacher expense log, which I honestly don't use very much, but this year I'm using it more as a wish list, and then I'm marking the check mark either to mark that I've purchased it or if you are lucky enough to get reimbursed. The last log is for professional development and for documenting any details regarding that. Now for the main portion. Each planner begins in June of 2024, and I've highlighted the weekends with the color for the month, and every day as well as the notes section has thin gray lines to help you keep your notes neat. I've also included a small preview for the following month in the corner. Now for the weekly pages. I like to use the uneven layout, which has a smaller section on top and then a larger section below it. The other version, which is the even layout, will have a similar look except that both sections are going to be the same size. I list the day's agendas in the spaces, and when I taught block schedule, I can alternate each day. I've also included a week number this time around, and I've also increased the size of the weekends. One thing that has stayed the same in the last 5 years of planners is having a daily checklist. I like to write my checklist every day. Whatever doesn't get done, sometimes I'll even transfer it over to the next day to make sure I do it. This open space on the end is just for decorative use. You can put whatever you want there. Now let's jump ahead to see the different month color layouts. So here we have July with the red layout, August with the blue, then we have September with green, October with pink, November with the blue purple blurple, and then in December that cycle rewinds again, going from yellow to red to blue, then to green, to pink, to blurple, to yellow. This planner includes the weeks all the way up to June of 2025 and ends with the monthly view for July 2025 in red. Next, we have the notes section, which I like to use with the grid paper. Now, this grid includes quadrant lines to help you separate the space in case you just have a little notes that you can write in each 4 quadrants, or you can use half a page depending on the situation. There's also a space for you to write a title. For me, my first one is probably going to be for planning over the summer, and my second one will probably be for ideas for next year. Again, these are included with the different color variations. And then lastly, we have the gradebook section. Here there is space for up to 36 students. Hopefully you don't have more than 36. And there's also a space to mark the class or the semester. And then each row is alternating in that lightly shaded gray to make it easier to track the row. And there are 15 columns for assignments on each page. Since the other spread is pretty much a mirror image, if you want to continue without having to rewrite the students' names, you can cut along that column there, and then you'd be able to continue with the same roster from the first page on the next page. This year I've included blank planner tabs as well in case you wanted to mark your gradebook pages per class. And we have our back cover. Again, it's a mirror image of the front cover, but again, double-sided. And I like to include a pocket and a sheet protector at the end of my planner. If you want to learn more about that, you can see my put together assembling my planner video that I'll also link. And that's all, folks. That is my 2024 to 2025 teacher planner that you can purchase on my TPT store that'll be linked below. Enjoy and happy planning!